Hi, this is Dr. Miller. Today I want to talk to you about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is sometimes referred to as the social media for professionals. So LinkedIn is a business-oriented social networking service, and it's really known for its potential for connecting professional people that have common interests. It first launched in 2003, so it's been around for a while. And last year, LinkedIn had more than 400 million users in over 200 countries. It's a big deal. So what does one do with LinkedIn? Well, you connect. It's a social network. So as you would expect, you connect. They call it contacts. Then you can use your contacts to get introductions to other people. And these are referred to in LinkedIn as second degree and third degree connections. And it actually will suggest people to you that you may want to connect with. Users can find jobs, but they can also find people, business opportunities, or just organizations and groups that are similar in interest to what they're interested in. Employers can list jobs and search for potential candidates. Then users can post their own photos and other photos. That's something that LinkedIn added. And you can follow different companies or organizations, and you can actually get notifications when things happen, such as job postings. You can like and congratulate and recommend your contacts, depending on what they're doing. And you can also see who has visited your profile page. Now, LinkedIn, like so many things on the web, has two levels. One is the free level, and that's what I currently use, and that's what you will use. But there's also a professional level, and if you pay them some money, it's a couple $100 a year, so it's not inconsequential. But then you can do a whole lot more. And if I were in the market for a job and really was aggressive about using LinkedIn, I would certainly pay for their professional level. So one of the things is you can make groups or you can just join groups. And a couple of years ago, I couldn't find any more current information than this, but there's like 1.2 million groups. And you can have groups with one person, or you can have groups with hundreds of thousands of people. The largest groups on LinkedIn tend to be employment related, and that is really what LinkedIn's about. LinkedIn is a little different from some of the other social media channels. Their primary revenue source is not advertising, but rather it's the information they have and their relationship with employment agencies and human resource departments and so forth who want to use the services of LinkedIn. There are also many groups that have just sort of a topical interest around a professional topic or career issues or things like that. There's over 100,000 groups that are specifically identified as either academic or corporate alumni. A corporate alumni would mean if you worked at a place and you no longer work there. So for the job listings, you can go in and you can search companies that you may be interested in, and you can find out about them. You can find out what are the most common titles and positions that are in that company. Where is the company's headquarters and offices? You can even find, in some cases, a list of present and former employees. You can also use the Apply with LinkedIn button, so you can kind of create your profile as a resume, and then using this particular Apply with LinkedIn approach, you're basically applying for the job just using, you don't have to create a resume, you just use LinkedIn. Anything that you apply for is actually saved, so you can kind of see what you presented to a different company. As you probably know, now recruiters, people that are hiring, actually use LinkedIn. They can find somebody in LinkedIn by using keywords, which is why when you set up your profile, you want to use appropriate keywords. A job recruiter can send a request to connect or a specific LinkedIn email, which they call InMail, about a specific job opportunity, recruiters often join these groups that are industry-related groups. So, for example, if you're a professional videographer, there's LinkedIn groups for people that are involved with video production. You want to join these partly because you might get some good information and some good connections, but partly also because recruiters are in those groups and they're looking through them to see who might fit in for a position that they might have at their company. Now, LinkedIn is a worldwide organization. It's very heavy in the United States. 30% of all the internet capable people in the United States are using LinkedIn already. But there are some of these other companies that have big numbers, but the penetration, which is the percentage of people that belong, tends to be in these 4 countries right here. It's very high in Canada, UK, Australia, and of course the United States. Your LinkedIn profile. Everything begins with your LinkedIn profile. You want to use it, become an ambassador of your brand. And even if you're doing this just as an individual, and that is the primary purpose of this first assignment with LinkedIn, is to do it as an individual, you're going to be the ambassador of your personal brand, your name. You want to give your target audience a compelling reason to engage with you. You also want to establish yourself as an expert in what you're passionate about with your LinkedIn profile. Your profile is definitely a prime branding opportunity for yourself. Now, if you're a business, you can also set up a LinkedIn business presence, but that'll be a different exercise. If you're in the social media class, then you're going to do that. If you're in the mass comm class, I want you just to set up your LinkedIn profile as an individual. I want you to use this guide that was created by HubSpot. HubSpot's a great social media organization. I use a lot of their material. But this is really a nice guide on how to create a LinkedIn profile. So follow these steps and you're going to get a great profile. Now, this is my LinkedIn profile. And as I jump to my LinkedIn profile, you can see it's taking a little while to fill in here, but there it is. And so I am representing myself, my personal brand, as the Chief Executive Officer of Miller and Associates Educational Consulting. And this is a consulting business that I've done on and off for a very long time. Obviously, I could probably put in here that I teach as well, but currently this is what I have. And let's just look a little bit at some of the features. First off, you can see over here, they don't tell you exactly how many contacts you have. It just says I have more than 500. I think I have like 1,100 or something like that. Then if we go down, this is in the edit mode, so they're trying to get me to do some more kinds of stuff like honors and awards and things. I haven't done that. This is a post. You post in LinkedIn just like you do on Facebook if you want. So that's another part of this. Let me go down a little bit though to where I actually have the experience part. And this is basically where it gets to be like your resume. And what you can see is that this brief description of what I did, but I could also add my entire real resume right here. I can add my photos if I want in here, or videos or presentations. And I can also put in links. So if I wanted to link to some website that had something that was related to my job here, then I could do that. So this is what I did before. I worked in this capacity as a consultant. This is another job I had in Texas. Here's the dates I had the job. This is my brief political career here. This is when I worked at Sneed State Community College. I worked at Erlanger Hospital in 2 jobs. This is one, and this is another. Now, you see these right here? These are recommendations. So one of the things you can do is you can get recommendations. Now, I haven't aggressively pushed this. Did have 11 people that wrote recommendations for me. And I think that was nice that they did that. So you can see how that would be kind of valuable, because here are people that are saying nice things about me in my positions. Now, I get to approve these, so if somebody said something I didn't like, I wouldn't use it. Here are jobs. Now, these go back a ways. Okay, so you can see this is in the 1980s here. But I have every job of consequence that I've had is listed here. And this is one of the things that I like about LinkedIn, is I can go back to these and I could attach all these different types of content to each of these specific jobs. Certifications, if you have some type of certificate, you can put those in here. Volunteer opportunities that you've done, projects that you've worked on, publications that you've had. Now, down here, these are called endorsements, and they're basically recommendations on what people think that you're good at. You can see these are little profile pictures of people that if I hover over them, oh, there's Phil Lucky. I will see what people have endorsed me for. So obviously my career being in education tends to have a lot of things related to education and training, but I've also got public speaking. And then here are some that don't quite make it up into this top list, but some people have just decided to endorse me for these different types of activities that I've been involved with. So that's pretty much what LinkedIn does. One of the things that you should be trying to do is to get this profile strength. Now, they've rated me as an all-star, and that's because I've filled out everything. This is my background up here, which the little HubSpot guide will tell you how to create your background. Here's your profile picture, which I could change, of course. These are things that add to your profile strength. So that's LinkedIn, and your first LinkedIn experience, if you haven't done it already, will be guided by that HubSpot document. Here's the document from HubSpot, how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. It gives you a lot of information here, like your stuff about how to do the photo, how to create your little profile badge, how to do buttons. This is very, very nicely detailed. So just work through all of this, and you'll get a great profile. So that's your assignment.